Top 10 Best VR Games to Play on PC in 2018. What's up, geeks and gamers? Welcome to Archives Media. Virtual reality seems to be the new cutting-edge technology that will bring gaming to the future. But while the hardware seems to finally be getting to where it needs to be to create an optimal experience, some gamers may ask the question, where are all the good games? Well, today we are counting down our picks for the top 10 best VR games on PC. For this list, the games don't have to be released in 2018, but they have to have the right balance of being immersive, fun, and create somewhat of a unique experience behind it. And it can't be totally broken either. That being said, let's get into number 10. Number 10, Gorn. Gorn is a hilariously violent and brutal gladiator fighting simulator that features unique combat and brutal over-the-top fighting physics. While the animations might look a little cartoonish at times, the blood and guts and the sound effects keep you fully immersed in this blood-filled game. The carnage is intense and the gameplay is surprisingly addictive, especially since the price tag to this game sits well below the other VR games that are out there. As the gameplay is addicting, the blood and guts and just general carnage is definitely something to be seen, and it's worth the playthrough. Think of it as an extremely violent entry game into VR. Number 9 on this list goes to Archangel Hellfire. Looking for something a little more expansive than Gorn? Check out Archangel Hellfire. This game puts players inside of a mech suit as players fight their way through a fun, intense, albeit short single-player adventure that is full of a VR on-rail shooter experience. If you feel like gunning everything down in sight, this one might be for you. And when you get tired of the on-rail single-player, make sure you jump over to PvP and free roam your own mech while also fighting against other players. It's definitely a unique action-packed shooter that you get to play from your own perspective. This game sits for around $30, but goes on sale often for around $20 on Steam, so if you see it on sale, give it a pick up. Number 8, Beat Saber. What happens when lightsabers meet Rock Band? Never really thought about it? Well, now you can experience this game in VR. This game gives players dual-wield lightsabers and must hack and slash in the right direction to the beat of a song. This game may sound abstract, but once you get going, you really won't want to stop. As players play to the intense music in the background, each swing of the lightsaber must match up with what direction is being guided on the screen, and surprisingly, this is one of the few games that recently could really get my adrenaline pumping. And even though the list of built-in tracks is pretty short, there is a large community that is constantly putting out more songs for players to play. This game will put you to work on some of the harder difficulties, but at least it's pretty fun, and hey, it's a decent workout. Number 7, VR Chat. VR Chat is really at its core a revolution of what avatar-based chats used to be 10 years ago. The game definitely is a social game, as there really isn't an objective outside of making friends and chatting, but it's pretty cool to be able to make your own character or avatar and just walk around and talk. Sure, since some of the memes have happened earlier this year, the community has gotten a lot more toxic, but if you find the right group of people, you could make lifelong friends, all in a video game. I really appreciate the fact that the game at least is very populated, so if you're looking to experience that social life in VR, which is something we all dreamed about in the 80s and 90s, this might be for you. Number 6, Arizona Sunshine. Zombies in VR. About time. Arizona Sunshine offers just about what you would expect from a zombie VR game. Taking place in the post-apocalyptic Arizona desert, you must fight your way with motion controllers and VR through the undead by managing inventory, timing your attacks, and choosing strategy, while you're also free to explore and scavenge. Post-apocalyptic zombie games have kind of been something that have been around for a long time, so it's nice to have at least a solid zombie game that we can play in VR. This game does have a few problems here and there, like the gun physics or fairly predictable AI, but since this game goes on sale a lot, it's definitely worth the pickup when it's under $30. Number 5. Superhot VR. Superhot has always been a game about blurring the lines between what's virtual and what is reality. And when Superhot came to VR, it was clear that this was the perfect idea. You, the player, must shoot your way through level to level, but you are in control of time itself. Time only moves when you move, which means each decision and motion you make has a consequence. But once you find a way to use it to your advantage, you're able to make some serious progress. It's sort of like a hybrid between a shooter and a puzzle, but at the same time. And since it's in VR, it really makes you feel like you are a part of the world, but also sort of in control of the world too. Number 4. Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. This game you don't need VR to play, but it's so much better if you do have it. You're alone in a room, locked with a bomb, and there is a way to defuse it, but your friend or friends are not in the room with you, but they have the how-to book. And that's the basic premise of the game. You must rely on your teammates to tell you how to defuse the bomb. It mostly involves solving different types of puzzles, but if you don't have a teammate telling you exactly what you need to do, you're toast. With the countdown clock constantly counting down, it's up to you and your friends to communicate back and forth to quickly defuse the bomb before it blows up, killing you. It's addicting, high pace, and a great game to play if you have several people even in the room with you. The person defusing the bomb could wear the VR and see the bomb, while everyone else just has the book in front of them and has to talk. You can also play the game online communicating through Discord or Skype, but the point of the game is for only one person to see the screen, and with VR on, it really makes you feel like you're in the room with the bomb, and that's a pretty unique experience. Pick this game up if you like a little bit of mix of puzzles and you're looking for a social game as well. Number 3 on this list goes to Fallout 4 VR. Bethesda is known for making hit game after hit game with expansive worlds and games with various paces that can excite anyone. And while Doom VFR didn't make the list because of its technical problems, Fallout 4 VR may satisfy your shooting urges. While this game has had its shares of problems for a while, a patch released a few weeks ago seemed to clear up most issues players were having. Fallout 4 puts players in a post-apocalyptic wasteland where it's up to them to explore the world and do what you do best in any open-world RPG. Whatever it is that you want. The upgrade to VR was completely reimagined, obviously with VR in mind, and it really shows here, and it's great to see that this world can finally be experienced to VR. You can play directly through the story or explore the characters and side quests that you can go on while fighting some really cool enemies. I mean, this game was great before, but now you can experience it in VR, and it gives a whole new meaning to this game. Number 2, Minecraft. Minecraft might seem like a game that has been on everything, and it might be one of those games where you feel like you've seen and done everything that you can in the world, but have you tried playing it in VR? Minecraft VR is the classic Minecraft experience, except now you actually can visualize what you are building in this new 3-dimensional space. Want to build your dream home? Now you can actually see what it looks like from your own perspective and not have to rely on a controller. Plus, with all the freedom that goes into Minecraft, there really are endless possibilities as what you can build or experience in this VR version. Worlds look completely different, whether you're exploring the mountain or swimming under the sea. There's always new things to look at, and this VR really makes Minecraft just come alive a lot more than it did even a few years ago. Number 1. Skyrim VR. In 2011, when Skyrim initially released, the idea of VR was just becoming something in the early stages. Even then, players still dreamed of a world where they would be able to play a game like Skyrim and experience Skyrim in a virtual reality. And now, in 2018, you finally can. Sure, there's a few bugs here and there, but at its core, Bethesda brings players to the open world and beautiful world of the Elder Scrolls and lets players experience one of the greatest and most unique worlds through VR. The Elder Scrolls games have always been about feeling as if you are the character, but now players can experience the world of Skyrim and its unique stories and adventures directly from their own perspective, and that takes the core of what made Skyrim so great and really takes it to the next level. Skyrim has always managed to have the perfect balance of story and freedom, and now being able to experience it directly just creates a brand new game, even if you've played through Skyrim dozens of times. Well, that's all for our list. Did you agree with our list? If not, leave a comment down below with what game you think the best VR game is. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe and turn notifications on so you don't miss a future upload. And if you want to keep watching, check out some of these videos on the screen and be sure to catch us next time with new videos.